everyone, Erin Manner here with The Veganist. I'm so excited about today's topic, and this is kind of my secret to my healthy vegan diet is a really good, delicious smoothie. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I feel like I have a lot of you guys that want to make smoothies, but just either they just come out tasting gross or they're just not filling or what have not. So I wanted to talk about that today because I feel like it's really important. So you can see behind me I have some select food out for you today. I actually just made a smoothie and I'm basically going to walk you through how I make my smoothies. So first off, you have to have a good base. Every smoothie has a base, whether you know it or not. This isn't some scientific term or anything. It's just every smoothie has a base, and that is fruit. So I think this is where a lot of people either mess up or go crazy or get really bland with it because they're either scared or just want to add everything they can to make it super healthy and delicious. I don't know, but it doesn't always work that way. So I'm going to share with you some of my secrets and some of my go-to. So your base is, like I said, your fruit. I like to keep it to about 1 to 2 fruit varieties, maybe 3 if it's like berries. That's a good, that's probably the only way I'd go 3. But otherwise I like to keep it to 2 fruits for your base. So my go-to is always adding banana. No matter what, my smoothie almost always has banana. I do probably 2 to 3 bananas. This is probably a medium to large size banana, and I will throw 2 of these in my smoothie. So I always start with bananas just because it has a pretty mild flavor. Unless you're allergic or can detect it from a mile away, you might want to avoid bananas. But for the rest of us, it basically kind of hides in your smoothie as long as you have another fruit that is more overbearing. What I like to do with bananas, my all-time favorite go-to smoothie is banana and blueberry. I just ran out of blueberries, but I do have a frozen 3-berry blend. This is from Costco. This is a 4-pound bag, maybe like 10 bucks, super cheap. They do have organic as well. But I just buy huge bags of frozen fruit because it lasts longer. Berries can get super expensive, especially if they're not on sale or if they're out of season. So I just go for the frozen bag of berries. So this is a 3-berry blend, but normally I just do blueberries. I just do the bag of frozen blueberries. They also have strawberry, pineapple, mango. Another one of my favorites is banana and pineapple. So good. So you can really use any fruit. Oranges, apples. I like to throw apples in my smoothies as well. Probably like a half of an apple. Doesn't matter if it's sweet or tart. It's enough that you get the extra nutrients, but it's not enough that it'll taste like apple, if that makes sense. Because I don't really like apple drinks, so it's like perfect. Hi everybody, how are you? So your base is always your fruit. So try to stick to 2. Again, you can really mix and match your fruits, but I do like to add bananas to every single smoothie just because they're cheap, they're good for you, and they really help with like your fiber intake and stuff. So after you have your fruit, I guess I should talk about measurements. I do probably, so I use, pardon my reach, I use my Ninja. I just used this to make one to show you guys, so it's wet. But I use my Ninja Bullet. It's not the Bullet, it's a separate, it's under the Ninja brand. But I just use this. It comes with a lid, and then you screw it on, and it goes like that. This is a 32-ounce cup, and I usually try to make a 24 to 32-ounce smoothie. So I do share with my little one, but she probably only drinks like 4 ounces. So I definitely get at least 20-ounce smoothie every single morning. So if you work out, or if you're male, you probably tend to eat more. Or if you're breastfeeding or nursing, or pregnant, you might want to eat more as well, for obvious reasons. So like I said, I try to aim for the 24 to 32 ounce range. So I do 2 medium to large bananas. If they're small, I'll totally do 3. And then for the frozen berries, strawberries, blueberries, whatever, I'll do about 2 cups. If it's fresh fruit, I might do a little do a little more, just because it has more water in it. So, yeah. So probably, I'd say each of these bananas is about a cup, would you say? So probably a good 4 cups of fruit per smoothie. So stick to that, maybe even try to go more if you feel like you need a bigger, heartier smoothie. But after your base, you have your additions. You have your, if you want like protein supplements or just extra nutrients, this is where those come in. Don't go heavy on them, because I promise this is where your smoothie can taste weird or just get too bland or something. So all of your flavor should come, or most of it, unless you want to enhance the flavor. Your flavor should come from your fruit. So put in fruit that you like, because that is what you're gonna taste, okay? So my number 1 additive, always, always, always add some sort of green. My go-to, I just opened this, but my go-to is just spinach, just regular old tender spinach. Throw in, I do about a handful, 2 handfuls, so that's probably maybe 2 cups. If you feel like you're gonna taste it or you absolutely hate greens, throw in a little at a time. My husband refused, calling you out, Justin, refused to add any greens to a smoothie. He swore he could taste it. So he started with literally like 2 leaves, just put 2 leaves, couldn't taste it. The next time he did a small like 4 or 5, couldn't taste it. Next time he did, I think he's up to like a small handful. So super proud of him. This is a great way to get your nutrients in, obviously. Like I said, my go-to is spinach, but you can also do kale, romaine. I've actually tried collard greens. I just threw one collard green in, and I couldn't taste it. I mean, the possibilities are endless, you guys, really. So always add greens. It'll change the look a little bit, like it might make it green, but I think green smoothies are usually the most nutritious just because it gets it from that. So always add that. Another thing I always add, and you can't taste it, is this is just a mason jar, a flaxseed meal. So it's flax seeds that were already ground up. And the reason being that I don't buy regular flax seeds is because even though this Ninja Bullet is amazing, the flax seeds are just so small that it doesn't really pulse them up. And especially since my little one was sharing my drink, you know, I didn't want her, they were so small, but I still didn't want them to like get stuck in her throat, or also your body cannot process full ingested flax seeds, so it's better to go ground. It already did the work for you. I really don't think it's any more expensive than buying regular flax seeds. And then I just throw it in this mason jar, and I throw it right in the fridge. It keeps it good longer. So I probably do about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons if I'm making toward like the 32-ounce smoothie. So I always add flax seeds. Another thing, I do this when I know I'm probably not going to eat for like a longer period, or I'm not going to be home to where I know I'll need to feel fuller longer. These are hemp seed hearts. So they are really small, as you can see as well. They are probably the size of flax seeds, but they're a lot softer, so my bullet can blend them. They're never chunky in my smoothie. So these are super good for you, full of protein, nutrients. I do probably, again, 1 to 2 tablespoons of these, but again, not all the time. They do have a nutty flavor as well, so if you're not huge on, you know, a nutty flavor, maybe start with half a tablespoon or half a teaspoon or something like that, or just omit completely. Again, I really only use them if I know I need to feel fuller longer, so it's not an everyday thing. Another thing similar to that is just nuts, you guys. These are just sliced up almonds. I put everything in mason jars. It just keeps my cupboard looking nicer. So you can throw nuts in there. I'm talking anything. Peanuts, pecans. I used to do cashews, whole almonds, anything. But just know that that will thicken up your smoothie. which isn't a bad thing if you like that. I prefer my smoothies like super runny. Like I love just sipping them through a straw. So that's totally personal preference. Again, if you want the extra protein, that is a good way to go. Another idea is, this is just the peanut butter powder. This is just our personal preference compared to regular peanut butter. But like peanut butter, cashew butter, almond butter, those are optional as well. If you want, maybe you want to make like a PB&J smoothie. I've actually had those before, super good. Or, you know, something that has that nutty flavor or that texture or something. So those are good ways to get your protein. The hemp heart seeds, sliced or whole nuts, or butters like cashew butter, peanut butter, stuff like that. Just remember, if you are watching your fat intake, although they are healthy fats, you know, you don't want to consume half a cup of peanut butter in your morning smoothie. So just take that into consideration. Another thing, and when I talked earlier about enhancing your smoothie flavor, although most of your flavor will come from your fruit, you can also enhance it with just cacao powder, something of that sort, carob nibs, stuff like that. So this will obviously change your flavor to a chocolate. I love making a chocolate pina colada smoothie. It sounds weird, I think, does it? I don't know. It's super good though, I'm telling you. It's bananas, pineapple, cocoa powder, cacao powder, and what else is in it? Like coconuts products. So you can enhance it that way. Maybe your little ones love chocolate smoothies or something like that. Another way is to sweeten it up. So this is just medjool dates. These are not pitted, so make sure you take the pit out. I've had some people not know that. So just take the pits out, throw in a couple. You can also soak them if you want them softer. But yeah, again, these grind up in your smoothie blender as well, so not a big deal there. But that will definitely sweeten it up if you like them sweeter, which I do. So that's basically what I have for additives. Other additives you could add are, sounds weird to be honest, but like cauliflower, broccoli, so that's where you'll get like more of your nutrients. So cauliflower is super high in vitamin C, so if you're worried about getting sick right now before the holidays, maybe you're traveling or something, go pick up some cauliflower, cook it a little bit so it's softer, and throw it in your smoothies. You won't be able to taste it, it'll make it creamier, and you'll get a lot more vitamin C, which is super good for this time of year. So you can really go any way you want with your smoothie. There's so many ideas, just get creative, but stick to simple, you know, 1 to 2 fruits, some additives. Again, like I said, my daily additives are spinach and flaxseed. That's all I add as far as additives. These all are optional. I might throw them in here or there. Maybe the berries are super tart this week or something. If I got fresh, I'll throw in some dates, stuff like that. But then the third part of your smoothie is your liquid. Unless you like super, super thick, which if you're using frozen berries, you'll definitely need a liquid because your blender won't be able to process it without, you know, liquid moving through it. You'll need some sort of liquid. I do probably 1/2 cup to 1.5 cups of liquid for every single smoothie. Again, it depends if you use fresh or frozen fruit, because obviously the fresh has more water content readily available. So my go-to is good old water. Most of the time I use water because it's good for you, it's good for my little one, and it doesn't alter the flavor, which is what I like. Another thing that I use is coconut milk. So you can just buy this in a carton. This is Simple Truth from Kroger, our favorite brand, the one we prefer. Coconut milk is great for like healthy fat content. So if you are giving a little one a smoothie or kids, this is a great alternative to you know, plain old water. It also has vitamin B12, vitamin D, vitamin A, calcium, stuff like that. And again, the flavor. Coconut milk is really sweet, which is awesome paired with like berries and the bananas. So that's my go-to smoothie, is the bananas, blueberries, and coconut milk. It's so delicious, you guys. So that's a good alternative. You can use soy milk, almond milk, cashew milk, hemp milk, flax milk. Like, the opportunities are endless, you guys. So that's your 3 steps. So your fruit is your base, your additives, so your extra nutrients, stuff like that, and then your liquid. So when you do that, you'll have an awesome, delicious smoothie. And I actually just made one before I did this video, and this is so good, you guys. So again, I did 2 bananas, 2 cups of these frozen berries back here. I did probably a cup to a cup and a half of coconut milk. I didn't really measure. I just poured it over it. Just because the berries were so frozen, I had just taken them out. And then my flaxseed. So again, super delicious. Look at that beautiful, and spinach. I'm sorry, I did add spinach as well. But look at this beautiful color. Oh, you guys, I do love blueberry, but with the mixed berry, it just gives an extra small dimension. Oh, so good, you guys. So if you have any questions on how to make a delicious smoothie, if you're stuck, if you want ideas, let me know or comment below. And I hope you all have a great Tuesday. Bye, guys.